Ron Hornaday Jr. is the leader here in the Load Handler 200 back at Bristol Motor Speedway. This is why we're under yellow. The cleanup continues as Doug George's Power Rangers number 12 is being loaded onto the rollback, and they've got a good bit of cleanup still to do there.
They're going to transport Doug George to a hospital. Larry was down there checking on that. They're going to transport him to the hospital for further examination. All they're saying right now is that he was shaken up, and we saw that on the television monitor that he was shaken up. But they're going to transport him for tests to a local hospital.
So the cleanup continues there, and we should be able to go back to racing here shortly. Now here is the Pennzoil truck of Tony Raines, and earlier he went to the pit area, and he has dropped a couple of laps down. A tough break for Tony Raines, who won earlier this year at I-70 Speedway, and evidently they had a transmission problem.
They were saying that the truck was hung in second gear. He got ready for the restart, and I'm sure he went to shift to third gear, and he couldn't get it out of second gear, so they had to come in, jack it up, go underneath it, pull the levers manually underneath the truck, and they lost 3 laps doing it. Here's
Jack Sprague in the Quaker State number 24. He has really made a move, now up to 6th place, started in 11th, so Sprague is on his way to the front. You see right behind him is Rich Bickle in the diehard number 17. The big question is if Bickle got his problems figured out.
Mike Bliss has made repeated pit stops on this caution flag. You know, Larry talked to Barry earlier. Listen, Larry, you back with Barry Dodson?
Steve Lockman, right? Steve Lockman and Steve Lockman.
Okay, Larry's down with Doug George's crew chief. Larry?
Yeah, Steve Lockman, they're going to transport Doug. What's wrong, do you know?
I was just in the infield care center with him. He's in good spirits. He's laughing and joking. He banged his left ankle pretty good. I don't believe it's broken, but they're taking him to check him for x-rays. He said a front tire went, and he had no control, so.
Okay, he blew a tire, got in the wall, but he's going to be okay, but he might have some trouble with that ankle. Back upstairs.
Well, that's good news there, Larry, no doubt about it. Well, Tony Raines has got his problems figured out, maybe in the number 19 car. That is the big question. Can he get back in and challenge in this race? Well, Tony Raines now pilots Kurt Rohrig's Pennzoil Dodge, and after winning the 1996 ASA Championship, the Hoosier State native failed to qualify for the first 2 races in the first 4 events. Well, in just his 5th start here in the series, the 33-year-old took the checkered flag at I-70 Speedway, and there is a very happy crew. A win for Dodge. We haven't seen that for a long, long time.
I guess it's been 20-some years since the Dodge won a major NASCAR race, if I'm not mistaken.
So whether or not they've got their problems fixed, we'll have to find out. But Tony Raines now 3 laps down, so he has got a long way to go. And they're giving us the indication of 1 lap to go. So the field will bunch up, and we'll be back under racing here in the Load Handler 200.
Mike Bliss made yet another pit stop, just barely beat the pace truck out. So he'll be. The problem is they're giving 1 to go. So by the time the pace truck gets all the way back to turn 3, Mike Bliss won't be able to get his rifle position, which is right up out front on the inside line, to try to get his lap back. So he'll have to really hope for another caution now, so he can get back to the front, see if he can get ahead of Ron Hornaday to get his lap back.
Well, he's going to do everything he can here, Phil, to get the ASE truck back up to the front, but the green flag is going to come out before he gets there, but he'll have a head of steam heading into the turn. The pace truck is off. On the inside is the Pennzoil truck, 3 laps down, and Ron Hornaday back on the gas.
We got Tony Raines now trying to get one of his laps back. He started on the inside line, 1 lap down for the lap trucks.
Lap 34, the restart here, back under green flag racing. Ron Hornaday Jr. on the pole tonight with a brand new track record here at Bristol Motor Speedway.
It's obvious Tony Raines has his truck fixed, because if he was still in second gear, he wouldn't be near this fast. But it looks like he's almost catching Ron Hornaday a little bit.
So Raines is getting up on the back of the number 16 truck, and Boris Said is now in a battle. Oh, in trouble on the back straightaway. 2 trucks, one of them is the 52. The Lance Norrick NHL truck is involved with that. Kenny Schrader's truck, driven by Tobey Butler, the Purolator Filters truck, both of those cars with serious damage at the end of the back straightaway.
Pretty significant contact with the inside wall there with Tobey Butler's truck. You can't hardly see Lance Norrick's to see how much damage he has. Let's look and see what happened. Just jumbled up almost 4 wide here. And right in the middle, it looks like No, right at the back of that pack. Looks like probably, maybe it looked like maybe Chuck Bound got in the back of Tobey Butler, who in turn got in the back of Lance Norrick, and around they went. The problem with these straightaways here, Ray, they're banked 16 degrees. They're self-cleaning. If something happens, you come down to the inside. It's inevitable, and the wall is close to the racetrack, so you very rarely miss the wall.
Well, Lance Norrick is headed to the pits along with Tobey Butler. We're going to take a break from Bristol Motor Speedway under the third caution of the night, and Hornaday is the leader.